My name is Jackie O'Neill. I'm a junior majoring in political science, and this summer I used a SIG stipend to work at the ACLU of Virginia.
My name is Eric Strand. I'm a senior. I use he, him pronouns. I'm in the Urban Studies program, and I did the Urban Summer Fellowship this year, working for the Department of Housing and Preservation and Development in New York City.
My name is Kathy. I'm a sophomore. I did declaring hum bio, and I participated in Project Dosti.
Yeah, so I'm a rising senior, class of 2020. I'm majoring in human biology, and I worked for Serum and did the Spirituality, Service, and Social Change Fellowship, and so I was in Palo Alto.
What's your name?
My name is Audrey.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think something that sort of surprised me about working in the nonprofit sphere was just how emotionally taxing the work can be. So to go for 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day and engage with these really difficult and tough subjects, even as you know, someone who's kind of looking at it from the outside for the most part and doing research, it can be really emotionally exhausting. And so I had to really rethink sort of how to take care of myself and ensure that I was in the right headspace coming into work every day to make the most impact that I possibly could. And you just can't do that if you are drowning in the emotional exhaustion of the work that you're doing. So taking time outside of work and also while you're at work to check in with yourself about how where your headspace is, what capacity you have to take on new assignments and tasks, and also what you can be doing to sort of help yourself be in the right frame of mind and in a good place coming into work every day so you can give it your all and make the most impact possible.
I think in general it's important to sort of find a balance in whatever job you're doing. I think one of the challenges for me was because I felt pretty strongly about the work I was doing, or I was really enjoying it, that I would kind of take it home with me. But I think it's also important to sort of find that balance and take time for yourself away from whatever job you're doing.
So I was living near my family, which helped a lot, but I think that definitely, for anyone, no matter where you are in the world, one of the most important things is maintaining human connections and social connections with the people that you care about. So whether that happens on FaceTime, whether that means sort of reaching out to people within your organization, fellow interns, and trying to engage with them outside of work, or whether that just means, making time every morning to take your dog on a really long walk, if that's something that's important to you. I think that, maintaining that engagement that's not strictly limited to the sphere of the work that you're doing is really important.
I think going with a group really helped. We did group reflections every night where we talked about our highs and our lows. And I also journaled every day. I have a whole book of 56 days of entries. And I think that really helped for me to reflect, work out my feelings, and especially look back on all my experiences before. And I think that really helped. And if things were just too much there, because sensory overload, I would call home.
Yes. So the biggest way that I participated in self-care in New York in particular was just going to the park all the time. There's always a park nearby. And just kind of recognizing that it was new for me to be kind of in a fluorescent lighting office for 8 hours a day, and recognizing that I needed something to counterbalance that I wasn't used to doing. So I was really intentional about, if not every day, at least a few times a week, just getting outside and going and reading, or just watching people or doing something like that.
Definitely have a plan before you go in. Don't get there and be I need self-care. I definitely brought books. I knew ahead of time what I was going to do. And I think self-care, that is not something that's talked about. It's a very intentional thing. It's not just something that you stumble upon. It's very much something you have to build into your life.
I think it's really, really exciting working your first summer, and there's definitely a lot of opportunity. But I think that trying to find a balance and being okay with sort of taking a break now and then, and also using the resources, the people or the Haas Center, the resources around you, to sort of make sure that your like mental health is doing okay as well.